We are here on the parking lot of NASA. We are at the NASA Kennedy Space Center. We were told to come to this spot where we are right now. That's not the rocket that's going up. It's going to go from that spot over there. We are following it live here. It's getting ready. I'm here with my brother. We're ready to record the launch live. He said 16.
Planned launch time?
He said 16. No, he's...
What the? The launch time has now been extended to a new T0 of 6:10 and 45 seconds Eastern Time. About 24 and a half minutes left in our launch window for today. Weather continues to be no-go for the thick cloud rule and disturbed weather. And we continue to be facing the 90% probability of violation for the remainder of today's count. Should we not launch today, and should a decision be made to launch tomorrow, the updated T0 time for tomorrow would be 5:33 and 11 seconds p.m. Eastern Time, with our NASA television coverage once again beginning at 4:30 p.m. This is Atlas Launch Control. Launch minus 8 minutes, 30 seconds and counting. No technical issues are being worked, and weather remains green.
8 minutes and 30 seconds.
Solar radiation acceptable for launch. Verify. Launch minus 8 minutes and counting. In a few moments, launch conductor Scott Barney will poll the team for the final go to pick up the countdown. Engineers and managers will be polled for system status and readiness to proceed with launch, and it's the final status check before launch for all Atlas vehicle systems, ground systems, the spacecraft, and the U.S. Air Force Eastern Range.
004-TS-15. CRC for that load is 9381. Roger. Flight control. Here's flight control, go ahead. Load FPCS 004. STL CRC 9381. Copy 004-9381.
Water deluge system, electrical systems, pneumatics, propulsion systems, flight control, and propellants. The range will verify its readiness to proceed. Weather appears to be go.
Status check.
And we stand by for the status check in about 15 seconds.
Status check to proceed with terminal count. Atlas systems, propulsion. Go. Hydraulics. Go. Pneumatics. Go. LO2. Go. Water. Go. Centaur systems, propulsion. Go. Pneumatics. Go. LO2. Go. LH2. Go. HASGAS. Go. Electrical systems, airborne.
Go.
Ground. Go. Facility.
Go.
RFFTS.
Go.
Flight control. Go. Instrumentation. Go. COM.
Go.
Timer.
Go.
GCQ.
Go.
Umbilicals.
Go.
ECS.
Go.
Red line monitor. Go. Quality. Go. Op safety manager.
Go.
ULA safety officer.
Go.
Vehicle system engineer.
Go.
Anomaly chief.
AC is go.
Range coordinator.
Clear to proceed.
Launch director.
LD is go. You have permission to launch.
Proceeding with the count. T0 is planned for 21:44:57 Zulu. Set count to start at 21:40:57 Zulu.
Roger. T0 is set for 21:44:57 Zulu. Count will start at 21:40:57 Zulu.
Polling is complete and the team has been given the go for launch. The countdown will resume in about a minute 20 seconds, and from T-minus 4 minutes until launch, you'll be listening to the launch conductor Scott Barney and his team performing the final steps in the countdown procedure. You'll hear the team confirm the securing of Atlas liquid oxygen topping, followed by the call to transfer the Atlas and Centaur stages from ground facility power to internal battery power. At T-minus 1 minute 55 seconds, the team will command the launch sequencer to start, followed shortly by securing the Centaur liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen topping activity. At T-minus 1 minute 40 seconds, the team will command the flight control system to launch enable and arm the flight termination system. In the final minute, the Atlas tanks will be verified at flight pressures, followed by verification of the Centaur tank pressures. And a final status check of Atlas, Centaur, and Cygnus readiness will be conducted at T-minus 25 seconds. Just seconds before liftoff, the RD-180 engine ignites, performs a health check, followed by ignition and liftoff. After liftoff, you'll be hearing the voice of Marty Malinowski providing launch vehicle ascent data.
2, 1, mark.
And we're
T-minus
T-minus
4
4 minutes and counting.
355.
Pyros enabled.
All systems are go. T-minus 3 minutes, 35 seconds and counting. Standing by to secure liquid oxygen topping. T-minus 3 minutes and counting. T-minus 2 minutes, 30 seconds and counting. Flight termination system has been transferred to internal. We'll be standing by for the transfer of Atlas power to internal at T-minus 2 minutes, followed immediately afterward by the transfer of Centaur power to internal. T-minus 2 minutes.
Vehicle internal.
Launch sequencer start.
150.
Securing Centaur LH2.
Securing Centaur locks.
140.
Launch enabled.
137.
T-minus 1 minute, 35 seconds and
FTS
counting.
armed.
Everything going by the timeline.
$120.
Centaur
FCS count started.
vent
Fork
valves
is
to be
armed.
locked in the launch position at T-minus 1 minute, 10 seconds.
Vent valves locked.
$60 seconds.
Rock, report range status.
Range green.
Everything is go. T-minus 48 seconds and counting.
$40.
Stable at step 3.
Atlas tank stable at step 3. T-minus 30 seconds and counting.
25.
Status check. Go Atlas.
Go Centaur.
Go OA4.
20.
T-minus 15
15.
seconds. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. On the shoulders of Atlas, the SS Deke Slayton II orbital ATK Cygnus spacecraft soars toward the International Space Station.
Q has gone closed loop control. HAL roll program's begun. Body rates are good.
Listening to Marty Malinowski.
180 pump speeds and injector pressures are banned for SNMR. Body rates continue to look nominal.
Seconds into flight.
Body rates climbing somewhat, so controlling well. RD 180. Pump speeds, injector pressures all look good. Gun flying the zero angle attack phase of flight. HAL roll program is now complete. Body rates controlling right down the middle. Currently accelerating at 1.6 Gs.
Standing by to pass through Mach 1.
Mach 1.
And approaching maximum dynamic pressure.
Continue to look good. Maximum dynamic pressure. Booster has now throttled back right on schedule. Engine response looks good. Current altitude is 10.5 miles, downrange distance 5.2 miles, current velocity 1,876 miles per hour. Range track shows the vehicle making good progress right down the middle of the range. Pump speeds, injector pressures look good for the throttle setting. Body rates continue to look good.
2 minutes, 10 seconds into flight. Marty Malinowski giving us updates as the Atlas flies uphill toward the International Space Station.
Closed-loop steering has been enabled. Body rates continue to look very good. Q Alpha limited steering has begun. The vehicle is now less than 1/2 its liftoff weight. The RCS pyro valve has been fired. That system is now pressurizing the flight levels. Signatures look good. Current altitude is 28 miles, downrange distance 38 miles, current velocity 4,285 miles per hour. Coming up on our 3.5 G throttle segment.
3 minutes into flight.
And the booster has begun to throttle, 3.5 Gs. Q Alpha limited steering is complete.
About 45 seconds away from booster engine cutoff. Followed about 6 seconds later by the Centaur second stage
now
separation.
1/4 its liftoff. Coming up on our boost phase cooldown phase. And boost phase cooldown has begun. Signatures look good so far. Still throttling to maintain 3.5 Gs. Boost phase chill down is complete. And we have engine shutdown.
Engine shutdown as planned.
We have retros and stage separation. We have LOX and fuel pre-start. The GN2 purge firing of the RCS is underway. And we have ignition and full thrust on the RL-10.
The Centaur single RL-10C engine has ignited to begin about a 13.5 minute burn that will take Cygnus into low Earth orbit, generating 22,900 pounds of thrust with the engine.
Centaur thermal conditioning firings of the RCS are underway. PU has gone active. Current altitude is 124 miles, downrange distance 332 miles. Current velocity is 9,998 miles per hour. RL-10 chamber pressures, pump discharge, and fuel injector all look good. PU is controlling near nominal MR at this point.
The payload fairing that covered Cygnus has been jettisoned as scheduled.
Quick check of the booster performance shows it is nominal at this point in our review. Centaur body rates, controlling right down the middle.
6 minutes into flight.
Coming up on our dogleg maneuver. Centaur is now begun the dogleg. RL-10 continues to operate well. PU is controlling near nominal MR. Centaur dogleg maneuver is complete. This burn is planned for 802 seconds in duration. Coming up on the format change, data quality currently is all very good. And we have had the format change. Data has resumed. All signatures look good across the format change. Centaur has completed its role to optimize telemetry. RL-10 continues to perform well. Currently flying at an altitude of 194 miles, downrange distance 681 miles, current velocity 10,456 miles per hour.
7 minutes 25 seconds into the mission of Cygnus to the International Space Station.
Seeing our normal thermal conditioning firings on the RCS. Flying temperatures have warmed near bottle temperatures on the RCS. Body rates continue to look good. Tank pressures are stable. Storage bottle pressures look good. Bus and battery voltages are stable as well. Range track shows the vehicle continues to make good progress right down the middle of the corridor. Currently flying at an altitude of 213 miles, downrange distance 870 miles, current velocity 10,850 miles per hour. Tank pressures continue to look good. Storage bottle pressures do as well. Body rates controlling down the middle. And RL-10 performance looks nominal.
9 minutes after liftoff. Everything proceeding normally.
Centaur continues to perform well. 10 chamber pressures and pump discharge, good. MR near nominal. Body rates right down the middle. Approaching the head-on gate momentarily. And Centaur has achieved the head-on gate at this point in its trajectory.
Picture perfect ascent so far, approaching 10 minutes into flight.
Altitude of 226 miles, downrange distance 1,191 miles, current velocity 11,621 miles per hour.
Now looking at real-time telemetry-driven animation, showing the status of the Centaur with the Cygnus spacecraft.
Centaur has switched to the antenna select mode. Link margins continue to look very good. RL-10 continues to perform well. Chamber pressure is right in band for the set MR. Body rates controlling down the middle. Tank pressures look good. Bus and battery voltages do as well.
11 minutes into flight. Once again, you're listening to Marty Malinowski giving you ascent vehicle information.
RCS thermal conditioning firings. The system is looking very stable thermally. And PU has requested an oxidizer-rich condition at this point. Engine response looks good. Current altitude, 221 miles. Downrange distance, 1,543 miles. Current velocity, 12,545 miles per hour.
Good job. 12 minutes into the mission.
PU continues to request a slightly rich, oxidizer-rich condition. Engine response looks very good. AC, box pump discharge, and fuel venturi all stable in expected bands. RCS line temperatures and bottle temperatures are stable.
About another 5.5 minutes left in this burn of the Centaur engine.
Range track shows the vehicle still making good progress downrange. Current altitude 207 miles, downrange distance 1,898 miles. Current velocity 13,488 miles per hour. All Centaur systems continue to look very good at this point in the mission. Body rates controlling right down the middle. Engine operation is stable within expected parameters for the set MR. Thermal conditioning firings continue on the RCS, and line temperatures look very good.
About 4 more minutes remaining in the burn of the Centaur engine. We're 14 minutes, 23 seconds into flight.
Centaur continues to accelerate at 0.6 Gs. Our L10 operation continues to look good, still controlling somewhat oxidizer rich. Continue to see our RCS line conditioning firings. Body rates right down the middle. Current altitude 180 miles downrange distance, 2,431 miles. Current velocity 14,843 miles per hour.
Everything going well. We're 15 minutes, 40 seconds into the mission of orbital ATK CRS-4, launching Cygnus to the International Space Station.
950 seconds into the mission. All Centaur systems continue to look good. Currently flying at an altitude of 167 miles. Downrange distance 2,730 miles. Velocity 15,597. Two minutes remain in this burn.
Centaur will deliver Cygnus to a specific place in space, where the spacecraft will separate from Centaur, unfurl its solar arrays, and begin its mission toward the International Space Station.
Range track continues to show Centaur making good progress down the range. Current altitude 157 miles, downrange distance 3,036, current velocity 16,286 miles per hour. RL-10 performance continues to look good, still requesting a slightly rich, oxidizer-rich condition. Body rates controlling right down the middle. One minute to MECO.
A little less than 1 minute left in the burn of the Centaur engine.
All Centaur systems continue to look good. RL-10 performance is nominal. Body rates controlling down the middle. Currently at an altitude of 151 miles, downrange distance 3,404 miles, current velocity 17,102 miles per hour. And we have IAP vanish at this point. Centaur is now orbital.
Standing by for main engine cutoff.
And we have MECO. Engine shutdown looks good. We have 4S settling motors on. Centaur fuel tank is being vented. The vent is complete. We have begun the turn to the spacecraft separation attitude.
About 2.5 minutes away from spacecraft separation.
Coast to spacecraft separation is scheduled for 2 minutes and 49 seconds. We are continuing to turn to the spacecraft separation attitude. Still settling with 4S settling motors. Tank pressures are stable. Storage bottles are as well. Batteries look good.
About 90 seconds away from the spacecraft separation.
And a quick look at the MECO 1 plus 3 OPM shows Centaur is exactly where we expect it to be. Orbit looks good.
And that's great news. Centaur is where it needs to be to place Cygnus exactly where it needs to be in space.
And Centaur has completed its turn to spacecraft separation attitude.
Separation coming up in about 30 seconds.
About 20 more seconds to spacecraft set. Centaur fuel tank is being vented. Tank vent is complete. And we have spacecraft separation.
Spacecraft separation confirmed.
Centaur has begun its turn to the CCAM attitude.
Congratulations around the Mission Director Center here at the Atlas Space Flight Operations Center. SS Deke Slayton II, welcome to space. From liftoff to spacecraft separation, everything went by the timeline. It appears to be a healthy Cygnus spacecraft. We'll be standing by for solar array deploy. That is yet to come today. We expect to talk to Vern Thorpe about the success of the launch today.
Thank you all very much.
I copy, Frank. Thank you.